Football fans, I know, I understand. You might not know every single playoff scenario that might or could happen in Week 18. So you want the answers. Hi, I'm Mitch. This is the Bottom Line View. This is the video where I go through each and every scenario that could allow your favorite team to make the playoffs in 2024. But more importantly, you're probably wondering, Mitch, I want to know who's going to make the playoffs. Can you help me? And to that, I would say, I'm not going to give you my picks. No. I'm not going to give you my predictions. Nah. I'm going to give you the spoilers for NFL Week 18. But just in case my spoilers don't hold up, I'll also back them up with every single scenario. So let me know in the comment section below your picks, your predictions for Week 18. Gronk, spike the damn like button. Subscribe to the BLV for the latest NFL content. And let's break down the Week 18 NFL playoff scenarios. Let's go. Here we are. The ESPN playoff machine and the Week 18 predictions. You can do this yourself at home if you like. But these are my predictions. And then we'll go through all the different scenarios that could happen game by game. First, I actually do think that there is a strong chance that the Baltimore Ravens will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Even though the Pittsburgh Steelers can get into the playoffs, listen to this, Steelers fans, if the Buffalo Bills lose to the Miami Dolphins or the Jacksonville Jags lose to the Tennessee Titans. So keep that in mind. The Texans, the Colts, they're not going to tie, so don't even factor that into your mind. It's not going to happen. The spoilers say no. So the Steelers, the Ravens, Tyler Huntley and the Ravens, this game's going to be close. I could easily see the Ravens winning this game. They're at home. They're the better team. Despite sitting a lot of players, we know how this rivalry goes. The underdog often wins the game, which the Ravens are the underdog here. So if the Ravens do win for whatever reason, obviously the Steelers are out. So you don't even have to worry about that scenario. Now let's just say the Steelers win for the sake of the video and going through the exercise. We will continue to the next game. The Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. This game is essentially to make the playoffs as the 7 seed. Unless these two teams tie, both of them will be eliminated. Or Jacksonville actually loses to Tennessee, which actually could happen. Then it might be for the division crown as well. But let's just assume for now it's for the 7 seed. The Texans, I think, will win this game. I'm backing CJ Stroud on the road, the better quarterback, the better offense, the better defense, in my opinion. 2 coaches of the year, 2 rookie phenomenal coaches, rookie phenoms as coaches. But I'm going with the rookie phenom quarterback to beat Gardner Minshew on the road. We'll stick with that. Then moving to Sunday, a game that doesn't mean too much, Seattle at the Cardinals. Seattle can still, some way, somehow, I believe, make it into the playoffs. Let's actually check the ESPN playoff picture to confirm that. Seattle win plus Green Bay loss or tie. So they could potentially make it in if Green Bay loses. We'll find out if I think that's going to happen. Also, Seattle tie plus Green Bay loss plus Tampa loss or tie. Seattle tie plus Green Bay loss. Seattle's not going to tie. Get that out of your dumb head. Okay. Now, that being said, I actually think the Cardinals could win this game and completely destroy the Seahawks' chances of making the playoffs. The Cardinals just beat the Eagles. The Cardinals are back home. The Seahawks defense stinks. The Seahawks offense is inconsistent. If the Cardinals win, the Seahawks are out, officially. But again, for the sake of the video, let's say the Seahawks win. They are favored on the road. I don't actually think they're going to win. I'm going to pick the Cardinals. But Seattle, let's just say they win. Let's move to the next game, which is the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one's simple. I don't need to look at the playoff picture. If Tampa Bay wins, they're in. They'll win. If Carolina loses, it gives a chance for the Saints or the Falcons and the winner of that game. Say the Falcons win, well, you have yourself the Falcons in the playoffs as the 4 seed. If the Saints win, well, then you have yourself the Saints in the playoffs as the 4 seed. So that game is, of course, impacted by this game. But if Tampa Bay wins, it doesn't matter who wins that game. It would only impact the wild card round, which Atlanta can't make the wild card. Only New Orleans can. So let's say Tampa wins. They're 4.5-point favorites. They've been the better team all year. Carolina's the worst team in the NFL. I do think Tampa will win. I do think it will be close. Carolina will give them a good effort, but I do think Tampa Bay will win. Moving to the next game, this game doesn't matter, so we're basically going to skip it, but Cincinnati's a 7-point favorite at home. Cleveland is resting people, and if you want to know, Cleveland fans, you can't move. You're the 5th seed, so you'll be playing the AFC South. Congratulations. You'll be playing the AFC South. The Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. This game, it only matters if the Eagles lose. Let's say the Eagles lose. And let's say for whatever reason, as 13-point favorites, Dallas loses to Washington. If Detroit wins, they are the 2 seed. If Detroit loses, they are still the 3 seed. But if Detroit wins, the Eagles win, they're the 2 seed, and the Cowboys lose. Let's say the Eagles win and the Cowboys win. Well, then nothing changes. Dallas. So putting all 3 games in combination, this game will be impacted by the Cowboy game. If the Eagles see that the Cowboys, who play at the same time, are going to be winning this game by a lot, they'll most likely rest some players, which maybe they lose the game. But that doesn't really matter because they'll still be the 5th seed no matter what. If the Cowboys win, it doesn't matter for the Eagles. So let's just say the Giants win for fun. The Lions, well, still doesn't matter. Now, if the Lions lose, again, doesn't matter because Tampa is way behind them. So Detroit will probably win because Dan Campbell is fighting hard and all the players are going to play, Jared Goff, etc. So let's say the Lions do win at home to finish the regular season hot. But I don't think it will matter because I do think Dallas will win. But if Dallas does lose, just keep in mind, Detroit or Philadelphia could hop to the 2 seed. But Detroit needs both the Eagles and the Cowboys to lose. Keep that in mind. Moving to the next game, the New England Patriots and the New York Jets doesn't matter at all, but Bill Belichick's potential last game in New England, they're going to win. I'm a Pats fan, so I care. Jacksonville at the Titans. I think Jacksonville should win this game, but you never know with underdog Tomlin, especially in Tennessee, where they've been a lot better this year. I also think Tennessee will cover the spread. This game will be very close. So I do think that there's a potential that Tennessee loses. So just to go through this scenario, if Tennessee does lose, although I think Jacksonville will win by a field goal, I'm going to say Tennessee wins the game. What would happen? Well, that would mean the winner of Indianapolis or Houston, which I have Houston winning, remember, would win the division. And actually, Jacksonville would likely be out if Pittsburgh wins. If Pittsburgh loses and Jacksonville loses, then Jacksonville is still in. So there you go. But if Jacksonville wins, they win the division, they move Houston to the 7 seed. That is the most likely scenario. Moving to the next game, we've got the Green Bay Packers hosting the Chicago Bears. This game is huge for the NFC. If the Packers win, they are the 7 seed. But if the Packers win and the Niners win, the Packers are the 6 seed. Important because a lot of people think the Rams will be the 6 seed and play the Lions no matter what. But if the Packers take care of business at home as favorites of a field goal, then the Niners will likely beat the Rams because they're resting everyone. The Niners are resting a couple players, a few players, but not everyone. So the Niners are very likely to win as 4-point home favorites. They're the better roster, the better team overall. Sam Darnold is playing, but so is Carson Wentz for the Rams. So keep that in mind. But I have the Niners winning. Now let's say the Rams win and the Packers win. then the Rams would be the 6th seed because they have 10 wins. The Packers have 9. But I think it's more likely the Niners win, and then whatever happens here happens. I think Chicago could very well win this game and eliminate Green Bay entirely. So if that does happen, Seattle is in the playoffs as the 7th seed. They'll take on Dallas, which would be a good game once again. And then Los Angeles would play Detroit, and Stafford would head to Detroit. But if the favorite comes through, then Green Bay will be in the playoffs as the 6th seed and not the 7th seed. So a lot goes on there, but depending on what you think will happen in Chicago, I slightly lean towards a healthy Packers team winning that game with Jordan Love. But it could go either way. That is the biggest toss-up of the week, in my opinion. Kansas City at Los Angeles. This game also doesn't matter. Kansas City's locked into their position, and the Chargers are out. So let's just say Kansas City wins to keep their position. As you can see, nothing happens here if Jacksonville wins and Kansas City loses. All right? Next, Denver at Las Vegas. This game also doesn't matter, but there it is. And then the final game of the week to determine all the marbles, as you've probably heard by now, if Buffalo loses and the Steelers win, Buffalo is out. If the Bills lose and the Ravens win, the Bills are the 7th seed and would play the Miami Dolphins. Interesting impact on that final game. If the Steelers do win and the Bills win, the Bills are in as the number 2 seed, and the Miami Dolphins are the number 6. If the Ravens win and the Bills win, it's the same scenario. So, those are your scenarios for NFL Week 18. Interesting, right? I know. Very fascinating. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Gronk spike the like button. Let me know your thoughts on the playoff scenarios and your playoff predictions in the comment section below. It's Mitch. Have fun for Week 18. Gronk spike the like button. We'll see you soon. Peace.